Chris Godinez, licensed professional counselor, also the host of We Need to Talk on every Sunday at noon, and then I post stuff up to social media. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. The views and opinions stated herein are mine and mine alone. They do not represent the ACA, the APA, or any other therapist for that matter. I'd like to thank my sponsor, BetterHelp, BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/Chris Godinez. They're an online therapy company. They are international. They have over 40,000 therapists working with them. I've gotten really good feedback from the people using them. They like their therapist. They enjoy them. They're getting good stuff out of them. They're good trauma therapists on there, which is awesome. So just go to betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez, fill out a questionnaire, and they will place you with a licensed professional master's level or PhD level therapist in your state or one that can do international. Thank you, betterhelp.com/Chris Godinez. Okay, so today's question is, how do I know when it's time to go? So here's the deal. You're not going to like the answer, but here it is. It is time to go when there is any abuse going on. Let me say that again. It is time to go when there is any abuse going on. Physical abuse, shoving, hitting, pinching, slapping, mental abuse, put downs, lying, gaslighting, rewriting history. What else can I say about that? Making you less than, blaming you, projecting onto you their stuff. That's all mental abuse. Religious abuse, if you don't do what I say, you're going to hell, that kind of thing. If there is any abuse, sexual abuse, you say no and they go ahead anyway. Rape, essentially. That is abuse. That is all abuse. I mean, even if you're in a relationship, once you've said no, it is now non-consensual. So if they force themselves on you, that is not okay. That is abuse. That is sexual abuse. So it's really important to recognize the red flags, which I've done multiple videos on what the red flags are. If there is even one, leave. Leave. They, listen to me now, believe me now, they do not get better with age. They don't. Every single abuser I have ever unfortunately had to deal with has gotten worse as they've gotten older. The longer that person stays in the relationship, the target of abuse stays in the relationship with the abuser, it gets worse and worse and worse and worse. It never ends well. In other words, they will keep pushing the boundary because they're sadists. I cannot emphasize this enough. Psychopaths, rules don't apply to them. Rules of life do not apply to them. Why should they abide by societal rules? That doesn't apply to them. Okay, they're above it. They're above the law, that kind of thing. Narcissists, it's all about them, right? And then the Machiavellian, the control freak. And generally, those types, those who will abuse, are sadists. They enjoy inflicting pain, physical, mental, emotional, sexual, on to their target of abuse. They get off on it. They enjoy it. They say they don't like it. Well, you made me, I don't enjoy this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they do. Because if they didn't enjoy it, they wouldn't do it. So don't wait around. Don't wait. Don't think it's going to get better. It's not. They're not going to change. They're not going to get better. So a lot of targets of abuse do the whole, but it feels wrong to leave them. So it feels right to stay and get the living crap beaten out of you? That doesn't make much sense. Let's look at this logically. Let's look at this with a critical eye. Let's not look at this emotionally. Let's look at this with logic and critical thinking. This person is beating you. This person is disrespecting you. That's a red flag. This person is physically abusing you, slapping you, pinching you, hitting you, shoving you, etc., etc., etc. This person gets angry if you don't give them an excuse to get mad. So they start something, okay? That's not healthy. That's not normal. This person is violating your boundaries. This person is not respecting the word no. This person is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And yet you're saying that it feels wrong to leave them. You cannot fix them. Listen to me now, believe me now. You cannot fix them because you did not break them. They were broken before you got to them. And they don't want to change. That's the big difference. When a partner comes to a healthy partner, when a healthy partner comes to a healthy partner and says, hey, there's a problem, this needs to be worked on, the healthy partner goes, oh, wow, let's work on this. I'm going to work on this. Let me show you and you help me and I'll help you and this will be good and we'll work on it. Okay. And it gets better. Okay. Usually it's a communication issue. When an unhealthy partner is requested to work on something, they flip the script, the Darvo thing, they flip the script and they make it the other person's fault. Well, you made me. You did this, you did that, you, it's all you, it's all you, it's all you, it's not me, I'm not going to go to therapy, you can't make me, blah, blah, blah. And they expect you to forget that there was ever a problem or that you ever asked them to go to therapy. Do you dig where I'm going with this? So, as soon as there's abuse, leave. That's your clue. That's your cue. There's your sign. Are they shoving you? Are they pinching you? Are they hitting you? Are they getting angry because you're not playing their game? Are they raging at you? That's verbal abuse. Are they threatening, intimidating you, keeping you from sleeping? Are they limiting your food, not allowing you to contact friends? Are they telling you when and where you can work? Are they making your world smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller? Those are all your signs. Get out. They do not get better. They do not change. They do not suddenly have an epiphany and go, oh, wow, I've been a real jerk. I need to stop doing this. You've told them. You should only have to tell a person once, this is what needs to be worked on. And if they don't jump to it and work on it, then you want to get the hell out. You do. There's no reason to stick around. Literally no reason. They do not get better. They get worse. And if you think they're going to get better, you are deluding yourself. And here's the other question to ask yourself. How much abuse are you willing to put up with? You shouldn't. Not ever. Not even once. Not even once. They're pushing the envelope. They're trying to see how much they can get away with. Well, can I do this? Oh, can I do this? Oh, can I do this? And they just keep pushing the envelope to see how much abuse you're willing to take. And when you leave them, you go absolutely no contact. You never contact them again. Because I think what happens in a lot of targets' minds is that, oh, see, they're sorry. They finally get it. Now that I've left, now they get how much I'm mean to them. Now they get how much I do for them. No, they don't. No, they don't. What they are doing is they're pissed that you left. They want you to come back so that they can really abuse you and really keep you from leaving and really inflict whatever mental torture, physical torture they wanted to do to you. They get enraged when you leave. They do. And I know it's scary. And I know that, it's like, oh my gosh, but what if they blah, blah, blah. Listen, when you leave an abuser, you file an order of protection. You let your friends know. You surround yourself with support. You're not going to do this on your own. You get a good trauma therapist. You attend support groups. You make as many people aware to this person's abuse as possible. And you make sure that you call the police whenever they violate the order of protection, or at least, at the very least, if you're not going to call every time they violate it, document it. They contacted me on this date. But here's the thing. If you don't report it, then if they do something else, the police are going to be like, well, why didn't you report this? So it's a catch-22. I would go on the side of caution and just report it. So they don't get better. They don't heal. They don't change. They don't grow up. They don't have an epiphany. They don't understand how much you do for them. They don't. So you leave at the first sign of abuse. You do. You don't stick around. It's never going to get better. It's never going to end well, ever. If they're shoving you, if they're pinching you, if they're slapping you, if they're violating the word no, if they're not listening to you when you say no to sex, if they're not appreciating you for what you're doing for them, if they are verbally abusive, if they are mentally abusive, if they are physically abusive, if they are sexually abusive, you get the hell out. Save yourself. That's when you leave. First sign of abuse, you leave. You leave. And I know that the abused part of your brain is going to go, but, How old are you? How old is that part of your brain? What in the world is that brain thinking, that part of your brain, to make you say that I'm safe with somebody who's slapping, pinching, shoving, hurting me, putting me down, telling me I'm a loser, rewriting history, gaslighting, isolating me, etc., etc., etc.? How old is that part of your brain? Work on the Inner Child Workbook, Catherine Taylor, or Regaining the Inner Child by Lucia Cappuccioni, the Self Esteem Workbook by Glenn Schiraldi, The Disease to Please, Facing Codependency by Pia Mellody, Disease to Please by Harriet Breaker, let me think, CPTSD from Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker. So work on those books. First sign of abuse, get out. Save yourself. That's really the only answer. There is no reason to stick around. All right, guys, I will talk to you on Sunday. You guys have a good week, and I will be talking about standing up for yourself with strangers, with whatever. So Karens, etc. So, and getting used to saying no and meaning it. I think that's going to be really, really, really important. Self-esteem, things to do. And here's the thing. I always see people going south when they stop working on their self-esteem. So it's really important. It's got to be a daily thing. Even when you're out of the relationship, you must continue to work on yourself. So there it is. All right, guys, I will talk to you on Sunday. Have a good week. Bye.